Alright, hello there dear YouTubers, my name is King1993 and today I'll be talking about my favorite character within this game, and I'll not be talking about Konoka because I am extremely horrible at sniper characters. So I'll be talking about Nobunaga. Now Nobunaga is also a sniper character, but the reason why I prefer this character is because I can use his weapon as automatic. Because of this reason I use Nobunaga on a regular basis and I get the highest amount of damage output. Okay. Now here's the thing. When it comes to Nobunaga, the first thing is I put this character always on the top of this list here. Okay. Why do I do that? This is my preference, but my preference has a natural backup. Okay. For example, I always try to see which character defines me the most, and this character is that. Now how can I actually, or how do I use this character? I go with full auto, I go with magazine capacity, and I go with spread control. Okay. Now if you are the type of person who prefer one click at a time, then base damage with ADS is the best option, but I go with full auto, which is why I do not need ADS speed. Okay. I had been using this a lot, but the problem is I am unable to shoot okay, I am unable to shoot any of the enemy in paper mode, so I am going for headshot now. Because of this exact reason, I am now winning more fight. Okay, now this might sound contradictory, but it is the truth. I am now winning more fight. How is this even possible? Overall damage output, because as you can see here, headshot, right? Look at amount of damage gain you are seeing. 11 points, or is it 10 point? Okay, so in this here, in this place here, it is 11 point. In this place here, it is 10 point and 10 point. So 11, 10, 10. So this is the thing which is happening. So I'll be using decoy mode instead of that. Okay, let's see. So overall, what is the damage gonna be? Let's see. So normally, when you were to do this, you are getting 85, right? And if you were to use this mode here, then it will be lower. So you can definitely see the reason I had to select this, because the problem which I was having was I was constantly getting killed by the enemy because they were not using the stringified mode, they were using the headshot mode. Now I had been using the stringified mode for a very long period of time, but it goes to a certain point where you are facing against top players, they are not using stringified damage mode, they are using headshot mode. Because of that reason, you will die a lot sooner than predicted. Okay, so let's see what happens if I were to use this in full auto. Let's see. So overall bullet is 25 bullet, and let's see what happens. So the overall damage is 1050. Now if you're thinking that, okay, are there any other character who can do that? Yes, there are, but that is not the main point. The main point is look at the accuracy. So normally if I were to not do spread control and just let it go, okay, the recoil is so high, then you can see that the amount of bullet are getting spread. But it is also very possible to actually control this. Okay, so if I were to control this, look what happens. It is not that much hard for me to actually control. Okay, at and because of this exact reason, okay, when I use this character, I get the highest amount of damage output with the shortest amount of time. Now I can even further increase the overall speed, and let's see what happens. Okay, let's see a reset. Okay, so what happened was I was able to get all of the shots inside easily, but also at the same time I was able to do 1050 damage. So because of this reason, high amount of accuracy and high amount of damage, this character is my favorite. Another reason why this character is favorite is because I can go with this hip shot fire, where the attacks are basically somewhat good, not very good compared to submachine gun. let's say half good. And when it comes to long shot, I can still do long shots with this character. So with this character, I can do uh, mid shot. Okay, I can do long shot easily, and I can do even longer shot with high amount of accuracy. So what does this represent? This represent is you can use this character in short range, mid range, and long range. And because of the scope, you can also shoot at the enemy from a very long distance and hoping to kill them even if they are a sniper. Now, compared to a sniper character, this one is strong, okay, but not as strong as the sniper characters such as Kanami or okay, let's see, Kanami or Kokona. Kokona and Kanami, their damage are still the highest, okay, like first highest, second highest. So this one does about 400 damage, this one does about 200 damage. So compared to them, it is a lot less, but it's still good enough to use in a long range fight and still have the possibility of killing the entire enemy within one magazine. So that's basically why this is my favorite. Now another reason why this character is my favorite is because this character's uh, awakened skill, okay, are very interesting. Now I am not playing the escort mission and demolition mission anymore. I don't like them. I play a team deathmatch majority of the time. But when I did play this, okay, here's the thing: last stand is within uh, device domain. Nobunaga can survive one fatal hit. Okay, so what is last stand and what is this device domain? So this is the device, okay, and this is the domain limit. So if I were to be staying here and some enemy were to shot me, I will still have, even if a sniper were to shot me, sniper enemy, I would still survive. Okay, I'll still survive. So this is an important part of why this awaken skill 1 is actually very useful. Now the question remains is, what about awaken skill 2? Awaken skill 2 I prefer more than I prefer awaken skill 3. Why is that? Awaken skill 3 is very good for demolition match, okay, but if you are going for what should I call it, if you are going for a concentrated damage, like you know where the enemies are gonna come from and you spread this, then what will happen is Nobunaga will be able to see where the enemies are, and the allies will also be able to see where the enemies are. As you can see here, Nobunaga and his team can see the enemy. So what does this represent? This represents that if I were to use this, okay, let's see, I'll talk about the individual skill later. I'm talking about this awaken. So if I were to use the awaken skill of this one, then what will happen? What will happen is, okay, first of all, let's retreat. Okay, so let me retreat them. Okay, so even if I were to stay here in this place and I want to see where my enemies are, I just need to get this awaken skill to activated. Just by getting this awaken skill to activated, I should be able to help my teammate know where the enemies are going to be coming from. This is highly important. Know where the enemies are. Okay, these are highly important. And not only that, it stays active for a longer period of time, even more longer than any of the other character within this game. Like it stays actively longer and more better than this one. And okay, let's see, this one and this one, and another one is this one. So all of the wall hackers that exist, okay, these characters one stays active for the longest period of time. So what does this represent? This represent is you can use this as long as you want, okay. This is the whole reason why I am saying that this character is my favorite, because I can help my teammate for the longest period of time without them actually taking much amount of damage. And also at the same time, if I were to use this, let's say, what should I call it, armor region, Okay, so what does this do? This will basically increase the overall armor regeneration. So what will happen is my teammates will be able to see where the enemies are coming from. Also at the same time, it will provide a maximum amount of armor regeneration support for my teammate. By doing so, what will happen is this guy will be able to do a lot more support. Now this guy is a DPS, okay? This guy is a DPS. Like out of all of the character here, this guy has the highest amount of uh, damage as a assault rifle user, which can also be used as a sniper. It can be used in all three different fields such as long, middle, and short. And these characters, despite being a DPS, is also a support character. Now it doesn't matter what is written here. Sentinel is as in DPS, but in this case, this character is sub DPS. He can do maximum amount of damage and maximum amount of support as well. So from that point of perspective, I do not see any downside. Okay, what is this warp? Warp is gonna be able to help Nobunaga to use two of these, okay, and teleport in between them. Okay, so that's basically how it goes. Now I'm not interested in warp, I am more interested in the Eye of Justice. Okay, so this is the thing. Now the question remains is, what happens if I were to use this ultimate? When I use this character's ultimate, the enemy will not be able to use their weapon, and I will be able to see them even from a larger distance. Okay, I can see them even the distance that are very far away. So you have to be extremely careful when you use this. This is basically a last resort, so use it carefully, the ultimate skill. Okay, now after all of this is done, the overall question remains is, okay, what are the other good effect of this character? It is not actually done, so let me explain. So when it comes to this thing, this is the passive. What does the passive do? See this build up. What happens is, when this build up happens, okay, and if I were to shoot at the enemy, then the enemy will not be able to use their what should I call it, ADS mode properly. It will get a little bit jam for a certain period of time. So yeah, the only downside is you need to get used to it a little bit in terms of shooting, but this character's shooting capability is a lot more better than compared to other. So if I were to rank this character from this perspective, obviously his shooting is above, so this is the place where I'll put here. Now why above this ranking? Because this character here has a very good shooting capability, very low recoil, but I need to be careful when I use this character's active skill, because her active skill is very restrictive. Okay, and why above this? Because this is the only character where his capability is beyond any of the other characters. Okay, now I know that when it comes to a sniper can kill this character, because in terms of the sniper damage output they can do that, but only two are characters, sorry, not two, I think three characters or maybe four characters can kill this guy from a very long distance, and it is not even this guy. It is going to be this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this. Okay, like all of them can be a sniper. Okay, even this one can be a sniper. Okay, even though he's a shotgunner, can also be a sniper. These are the character, and maybe this one. These are the character. These are the five characters who are capable of defeating this guy from a long range. Otherwise, this guy is capable of killing rest of the other characters within the game very easily. So from that point of perspective, the question remains is this guy weak against sniper characters? Yes, because he is a sniper character also, but overall the highest amount of damage sniping is going to be given to this three character here. Only two shot to kill him, one shot to kill him, one shot to kill him, shot to kill him, three or maybe four shot to kill the guy. So that's basically how it goes. Okay, now overall, if I can see the enemy behind the line, so which type of grenade is gonna be the best one for him? It is going to be a frag grenade and windstorm grenade. Okay, Why? Because you should be able to know where the enemies are, shoot them there, stop them for a certain period of time. That's basically how it goes. And I would definitely recommend a smoke grenade for this one, because using a smoke grenade for this character, if this character is able to see where the enemies are, then that is a very good addition. So that is basically how I would recommend this character. Now, uh, in terms of anything else, I do not know anything else. This is the maximum thing. Any other thing are basically general purpose. It can be applied to any character, such as if I were to do this, I can shoot them in the air. That can be applied to any character. So that is general purpose knowledge. I will not be using it here. So overall, this is the gameplay function for this character. Now let's see when it comes to his clothing. Uh, uh, what the? Okay, so when it comes to clothing, okay, his clothing is good, like not the best. This one is fine, okay. This one doesn't make sense. I have never seen a skiing person actually doing that. This one makes sense. This one totally makes sense. I'll probably get this one later. This one is okay. All of them are basically okay. Like alternative, are all alternative. So even though they are alternative, I think this one here makes sense. It is like a coffee house material, and this one makes sense. This one is part of the POS member. So yeah, and be careful of when you get the weapon. So ADS mode is very important for this character. Okay, sometimes you need to use the ADS mode. So if you try to use the ADS mode and you see that the ADS scope is not very good, your majority of your currency has been wasted. So you need to be careful. Rather, I would suggest that if they would, what should I call it? If they were, if the game were to allow us to see what the ADS mode of each of these weapon looks like, I think that would be a very good idea. Because individually getting all of these weapon, it takes us resources, and sometimes I just want to get the weapons. For example, I got this weapon, but the ADS mode of this scope is horrible, that I had to go back to this one. Then how is this one very good? Okay, that's the thing. So otherwise, I think this character is very good in terms of users. I don't think I want to switch this character to anything else if there was ever a tournament, which I'm never gonna apply. But if I were to apply, then I would definitely go for this character, because this is my favorite, because I can use it and him in any ranges. Okay. So this is my overall conclusion. Now if you like this video, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you, and see you again next time.